about what phone app you should use when you are making your cold calls. You might currently be using your personal mobile phone to prospect with, and that's perfectly okay. I choose not to. I like to keep my business phone calls separate from my personal phone calls until the lead converts into a client. When they become a client, then I definitely give them my personal number. I don't want to miss any communications from them. But this is what I have found in my years of prospecting. When you call a number and somebody gets a missed call from you on their phone, they will call you back to say, hey, got a missed call from you. Why did you call me? Who are you? What do you want? And with us calling hundreds, maybe 1,000 numbers every week, that's a lot of people calling you back, and that's a lot of distraction. I like to keep it separate, and if they do call me back and they hear my voicemail, they will know that I'm a real estate agent, and if they want to speak with me, they'll leave me a message. So I definitely like to keep these sets of phone numbers separate. The first platform that we're looking at today is RingCentral, and this is the one that I've had the most experience with. When I began working as an ISA years ago, the agent that I worked for had RingCentral already set up, so I started using it. And as I moved to other brokerages to work with different agents, I would always recommend RingCentral. They would end up securing it, and then I would end up using it. But they would pay for it back then. Now I'm having to pay for the phone lines. That's one of the reasons why I kind of went looking for alternatives, because RingCentral is the most expensive of the three that I'm going to show you today. Now, if you go on their website and you decide to sign up for a line and you want to pay month to month, the fee is $20 according to their website. But in actuality, you end up paying more because they charge you taxes and surcharges. Some of them are actually mandated by the government. So I had them earlier this year on a month-to-month basis, and it was $41.60 per month. And then I changed to an annual contract with them, and that ended up being a little over $300. So that dropped the monthly rate down to about $26, which is a considerable savings. I think the number one thing that I like is that they are VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol, which means that the phone calls go through your internet line. And with that, you get this really nice dial pad over here that you can use to make your calls. Now, I would use this dial pad to dial into my dialer. This isn't a dialer. It just operates like, a dial pad on your phone. But I liked this dial pad because when I had to text with leads, it was easier for me to text them that way on the keyboard for typing as opposed to this way. I'm not a really good phone texter, so I do miss that dial pad a lot. Another thing that I like about them is that they integrate with Gmail, so you can receive your text and your voicemail right into your email inbox. You don't have to look at another app. Really love that feature, and I do miss that about RingCentral. And also, they actually have people working in their customer service department, which is always a plus. Let's take a look at the negatives. Again, they're the most expensive, and we've already talked about that. Also, if you are in a contract, you want to make sure that you cancel, I think it's either 30 or 60 days before the contract ends, or they will end up auto-renewing you. Be mindful of that if you do use them. Their customer service used to be really, really good, but I've noticed that it's declined in recent years. I don't know if that's because of the pandemic and people started working remotely and maybe they've gotten a lot more popular, their company has, but I feel as though their departments are a little disconnected and I've had some issues with them. Previously, I really, really liked them. So maybe this is just some growing pains. I don't really know, but the price and the customer service issues that I was having made me look for other options out there. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if I went back to them maybe once I start getting rolling here as a real estate agent and can afford them more. Did like them for a while, but that's what led me to these two other apps. App number two is Burner app, and I really love this app. I've been using it for several months now. The cost is only $4.99 a month. I'm not even sure if they have an annual plan. I just felt that the $4.99 was very affordable, so I never looked beyond that. I love the price. I love that it's month to month. Customer service is accessed either on the website for Burner app or on your phone app itself. You can't speak to anybody, but I do have to say that the customer service has been very responsive so far. One time I had an issue with attaching a photo from my phone and inserting it into the text message within the app. I reached out to them. They got back to me super quickly. I was very happy with that. And then I think I had an issue one other time. Again, immediately they got back to me and they continued to follow up as they tried to solve the problem. So I didn't have to reach out to them saying, hey, what's going on with this? Have you rectified it yet? No, they stayed with me. So I'm very impressed with their customer service. The negatives are that it's not a VoIP line. landline. I'm not using my computer internet to dial people. Everything is on my mobile phone, and there's no dial pad, which we know that I really like. The contacts that are in the app do not integrate with the contacts that are on my mobile phone, which I actually like because I like to separate the personal from the business calls and the personal contacts from the business contacts. You might not like that, but everything is housed separately on the app, which I like, but I'm pointing that out here just in case you might not like that. Also, the app does not integrate with Gmail, so all of my text messages and voicemails can be found in the app itself. So I need to be alerted to any messages that way by actually looking at the app. And as I mentioned before, there are no people that you can speak to when it comes to customer service, but that has not been a problem with me at all. All in all, I'm really happy with this app. Which brings us to app number 3, TextFree. It's called TextFree, but you can use it to text and also make phone calls. And it is a free app. There is no cost to use this app at all, which I absolutely love. That being said, if you have the free version, you are going to get inundated with all kinds of ads when you have your app open as you're trying to text somebody or call them. So they'll just be popping up and popping up. You can do away with the ads if you spend $9.99 a month, but if you can just tolerate the ads briefly, then it's free. So the positives are they have the best price out there. Also, and again, I'm listing this as a positive, but I would think it was a negative because I like everything separate. The contacts for your business integrate with your own contacts, your personal contacts. So everything is housed in your phone, whatever kind of phone you have. I would like that. I don't use this app as much. I use it kind of intermittently as I need to, but that's a feature that you might like, I personally wouldn't like. The negatives are you must use the free version at least once a month, meaning you must send a text message or make a phone call within a month's time, or you will lose your phone number. And it's really not that big of a deal because they will prompt you with a text message, hey, you need to use this phone number or we're going to take it away from you. So that's not a big deal, but just be alerted to that. This app does not integrate with Gmail, so again, you have to go to the app itself to retrieve your text messages and your voicemails. It's not VoIP, so no dial pad. And then the last thing is just that the ads are intrusive. So if you have the free version, you'll have to put up with those ads. I don't really find it to be that annoying because if I am using this app, I'm plugging into my dialer and I don't have to really look at the screen much unless I'm sending a text message to a lead, then the ads pop up a lot. But just to get into the dialer with another phone number, it works just fine. And there you have it. Those are the 3 phone apps that I've either used in the past or are currently using to make my cold calls or do my community outreach, as I like to say. I hope you all have found this video to be helpful. I'll see you on the next one.